And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. And a look at the starters for the Spurs. Barnes plays the 4 with Wemby standing tall in the middle. Devin Vassell out there with Stephon Castle. And it's Champagnie at the small forward position. Barnes, no good. And Wiggins has got the ball here for Miami. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Knicks.
Great offensive game plan in that one. They put their guys in positions to succeed, and it really paid off.
And that was the kind of win a coach takes pride in. You lay out the strategy, and the players execute perfectly.
And so it's San Antonio with it. The Heat making their last shot. Wembanyama, screen on Powell. Vassell finds Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You got to keep him out of the paint.
First quarter of play, a minute in. Mitchell, the pass to Adebayo. Pass to Jovic. Adebayo against Wembanyama. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2. And almost all of the lottery picks in this year's draft coming out of college. Shams, what's changed over the years?
Yeah, these players in college are making so much money. In some ways, players that are going back to school at times are making just as much, if not more money than they would if they're being drafted. So the NIL money at play is the biggest story. Players no longer have to necessarily sacrifice their earnings. They can get the exposure. They can get the college experience, the big tournament. Also, they can get the big bag, the nice pocket change as well. So whether you stay in college or go to the NBA draft, whether you want to stay abroad, but in most cases enter college basketball, there's a lot of money there in NIL.
Game's popular as ever.
I love when they put Adebayo in that action. Bam is really quick for his size, making him hard to track.
Now here's Castle, coming off a solid outing against Toronto.
Putting that pass right in his stride, didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
Pass to Mitchell. Adebayo, a screen on Castle. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. 6 to shoot. Off target with the 3.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Vassell's shot is good. And the one thing you hear about in hoop circles, the weak link theory. You familiar, Sean?
Yeah, you know, it's an idea that to win nowadays, you can't have a weak link for the other team to expose. You need guys that can play both ends of the floor, guys that can play defense, guys that can also spread the floor, that aren't a liability on either end of the floor. So we saw that in the NBA Finals, 2 teams clearly stacked with guys who play both ends.
Here's Barnes, following the bucket by the Heat. Barnes with a screen on Powell. Kicks it out to Barnes. Lets it go. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
Well, you know, Vassell has shown significant improvement as a passer since entering the league.
And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Trailing by 2. And it's Powell off the drive. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's on Devin Vassell. The Heat making a switch here. Bears checked in.
Well, Powell is such a valuable asset. Great shooter, efficient, has a really high basketball IQ with all of his experience.
Now here's Castle. No points yet. To the inside. Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
I love the throwback basketball. Work it down low and set up your teammate.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Eric Spoelstra and I got a chance to catch up for a bit. Wemby came up and Coach emphasized the importance of taking a charge and digging in when his players can. He said Wemby is counting on you to be movable. If your feet are set, you may alter his course. Don't change yours. If they can stand up to this tall task, they might just curb Wemby's advantage out there. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thanks. You know, Shams, last year we heard stars like Kevin Durant say they wish more attention was paid to the game. There is great attention paid to the game in a lot of different areas, and I know a lot of the older players are a little uncomfortable with that. Where do you stand on all of this?
Well, listen, BA, every player deserves to have their perspective heard, and they're the ones playing. They're the product at the end of the day. Trades, signings, free agency, coach hirings, firings, that's all a part of the game as well. I think everyone in the game understands that. For me, as long as I'm being fair, accurate, responsible with everything that I do and my information, that's all that matters. I think that's all players, coaches, execs care about.
And San Antonio making a change here. McLaughlin's checked in. The dunk with a foul on top of it. So strong.
And what strength by Castle. A tough-nosed guard who knows how to score through contact.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
Now here's Wembanyama, and he also played a big role in their last game with Toronto. Wembanyama screen. McLaughlin pass to Wembanyama, and the dunk by Wembanyama.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Pass to Yakichonis. Where the screen to the paint. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
Nice job to go at the rack and force the foul.
Powell, he's checked in for Fontecchio. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Now Castle. The three is up. Knocks down the long J. Castle's got 6 points.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Yakichonis. And he's going for the lob. The dive for the ball. The three is up. And again, no good by Miami. Now Castle with the drive. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
The offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Yeah, and until the defense makes an adjustment, there's no reason to go away from what they're doing.
And so and if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Spurs team out there.
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
Powell is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Yakichonis. Then there's Khalil Ware. And it's Larson in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Right side Johnson. Kicks it out to Bryant. San Antonio moving the ball around. Johnson passes to McLaughlin. From deep, Harper. The rebound by Ware.
And just executing your offense earlier in the clock helps you avoid shots like that.
And Shams, we're seeing a transition in regional media. The RSN, the Regional Sports Network, with cord cutting impacting revenues.
Yeah, local RSNs is a big part of the NBA, and the availability of local team broadcasts via streaming is certainly skyrocketing. Every team, Utah, Phoenix, has their own flair to this, and it definitely has the potential to unlock an even larger viewership. The national broadcast is big, guys, especially here at 2K TV, but the local audience is very much an important part of the NBA ecosystem.
The shot by Sohan, no good.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
Pass to Yakichonis. Now here's Ware. Harper pulls it in. Nice D from Ware. Heat trail by 8. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And there's a pick. Three-pointer Yakichonis. No good. And that makes him 0 for 3. The Spurs have got none of their first 3 shots to fall so far in the second. And with 2 of the league's smaller market teams facing off in last year's finals, Shams, any problem with that?
On one hand, BA, it definitely takes the audience some getting used to, but for Commissioner Adam Silver, it's a sign that the league's changes are working as intended. so much parity. It gives every team, if well-managed, a chance to compete. And the Pacers and Thunder both certainly fit that description. This is a wide-open league right now, BA.
NBA is fertile ground if it's well managed. That's the key. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Pass to Wiggins. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Yeah, showing some toughness right there. I like whenever Wiggins out-muscles the defense and capitalizes.
San Antonio leading by 7. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Harper passes to Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value. And nice to see him delivering.
And Shams with younger teams like OKC taking the reins. New stars for fans to get acquainted with. Any concern there for the league?
You know, BA, I think the parity in all these young up-and-coming players is good, and it would probably be more of a concern if these young teams weren't as formidable. But listen, stars like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, they have had their heyday. You want to see that next generation of players ready to carry the mantle, whether that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, Cooper Flag, the list goes on.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Adebayo, a screen on Vassell. Powell, he's open. Gets a very good look and converts. Powell's got his second basket on the night.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from him.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Bam Adebayo is big time. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, quote, the way he's worked over the years to add to his game has been incredible. He's one of the best passers on the team, and he's not afraid to take the shot in a big moment. He cares deeply about improving, and you see it in the results of his work. Guys, back to you.
High praise. Allie, thank you.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
All right, Shams, we know you got to hop back on your phone in case you have to break any news. Thank you for being with us here tonight. Great stuff.
Happy to be here, BA. Thank you.
Well, that was fun having Shams sit in with us. I tell you what, if you're looking for the inside scoop, he's the guy.
So true. He's got his finger on the pulse of this entire league. If something's going down, you can count on him letting everybody know about it.
Powell outside. Mitchell, a screen on Vassell. Pass to Wiggins. Pulls up. And again, no good by Miami.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Norman Powell. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Wow, he's going to have to watch himself now. It's a little early for that second foul.
Jovic, he's checked in for Miami. Jaquez comes in for Norm Powell. And San Antonio also making a switch. Castle's checked in for Harper. Clock at 6. Wembanyama won't be denied.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
And he lobs it up to the rim. Stolen by Wembanyama. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good.
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
And so it's San Antonio liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're...
Well, right now for the Heat, this is when it starts to get real. You're past the opening night energy, and you're not as well rested as you were in the offseason.
Yeah, it's time to show us.
All right, getting back to this game now and the sensational play from Victor Wembanyama.
Come on now, Wembanyama has a major impact at both ends, possibly a generational talent. Time will tell, but he should.
And that's it for halftime.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Victor Wembanyama has been exceptional here, guys.
He's been on a tear so far, throwing down some vicious dunks. I was a little worried for the rim in the first half.
Well, as a defense, you can't allow him that much room in the post. That's just asking for trouble.
And even as the Heat look to go younger, this is not a team with an appetite for lengthy rebuilds.
Yeah, B.A. The one advantage they possess, when star players around the league ponder a change of scenery, Miami certainly has some great views.
So, on the floor for San Antonio, Barnes plays the 4 with Wemby standing tall in the middle. Castle is out there with Devin Vassell, and it's Champagnie at the 3, the small forward. Heat trail by 12. Pass to Powell. Here's Adebayo. Powell sets a screen. Here's Jovic. No good from outside.
He had more than enough room to hit that, just couldn't make it happen.
Wembanyama screen. Back to Castle. Drives to the hoop. That's good from Wembanyama on the assist by Castle. Wembanyama's got 18 points in the game. And here's Adebayo. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. And at home for the next game, it'll be Charlotte pulling in to face him. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. And there's a whistle. That goes on Devin Vassell. That's foul number 2 for him. And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. And now looking at the 2K leaderboard. Here's a view of which teams last year got after it with their shot blocking. 4th, San Antonio.
Well, last season, this was a team that prided itself on protecting the rim. They were not an easy group to score on inside.
Adebayo passes to Jovic. Nice work inside by Adebayo.
Well, that's his comfort zone. That's where he lives. Adebayo's so strong in the paint.
Castle against Mitchell. Outside Barnes. Pass to Champagnie. San Antonio moving the ball around. Wembanyama. Screen on Powell. Oh, got a piece of it. Adebayo with a steal. Wiggins passes to Jovic. And down it goes. 2 points.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
Barnes with a screen on Mitchell. Pass to Wembanyama. Over Adebayo. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Wembanyama's got 4 points this quarter. Well, Grant, offense is trying to stretch the D to the breaking point. But it goes beyond just three-point shooting.
Yeah, there's how you position on the perimeter. But, you know, then you also want that vertical spacing, too, where you have a lob threat at the rim.
It's Barnes on the wing. Sinks it from distance. Barnes has got 7 points in the game.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Adebayo against good D.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
And here's Castle. Give him 8 points now. Here's Wembanyama. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Wembanyama's got 22.
A massive reason they're winning. This guy hasn't missed a shot. Not one.
A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. On the wing, Mitchell. He's guarded by Castle. Here's Jovic. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Mitchell's got 3 assists now in this one.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Castle outside. It's Barnes on the wing. Fires in the triple. 10 points for him.
You can tell Castle values the chance to set another guy up. He's not trying to do it all by himself out there.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. So for Miami, Ware's checked in for Jovic. Jaquez comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And Yakachonis subbed in for Mitchell. And San Antonio with a change here too. Johnson's checked in. For three, Powell. San Antonio with a rebound.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Vassell outside. Barnes with a screen on Powell. And here's Vassell from the arc.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
All right, Stan, Devin Vassell, a proven scorer, now with some experience under his belt. What do you make of him?
Well, he's definitely an interesting player, B.A. The important thing for him is focusing on taking more high percentage shots.
The kick out to Johnson. And he throws it down with one hand.
How about Castle? He'll take any chance he gets to finish with power.
For three, Powell. Here's Adebayo. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. Larson's checked in for Miami. San Antonio also making some changes. Victor Wembanyama's checked in for Barnes. Sohan comes in for Champagny, and it's McLaughlin in for Vassell. Castle left side. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It goes on Bam Adebayo.
And I love the physical play from Sohan inside. Mixing it up with the defense and drawing the foul.
Miami making a switch here. Fontecchio's checked in. Coach, after making the playoffs 22 consecutive years up through 2019, the San Antonio Spurs have not been back to that stage since.
Well, every franchise, even storied ones like the Spurs, go through transitional periods. Fortunately for them, they have a lot of young talent and should be back in the playoffs sooner rather than later.
Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Yeah, flat-out dominant score. Wemby's ability to capitalize from anywhere on the floor is what makes him so dangerous.
Yakachonis, and he banks in the layup. Yakachonis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Wembanyama scanning the floor. And the layup is good off the glass. Wembanyama's got 26 points.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
The effort has to be better defensively. Easy deuce.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Khalil Ware out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Norman Powell. Then there's Yakachonis. And it's Larson in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Johnson against Powell. Jaquez with a screen on Johnson. Pass to Yakachonis. No good on the 3. San Antonio leading by 17. Into the lane. And Harper gets it to go.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
For 3, Powell. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Picked up by Sohan. Wembanyama down low. Jaquez covers. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Yeah, the dunk by Wemby might be the most effortless dunk you'll see.
Here's Yakachonis. Well, you ask the older generation about load management. They'll bend your ear about back in the day, Grant.
Oh, yes, we will. But it's true that today's players average more distance covered per game, even if they're not walking uphill both ways. So you got to take that into account.
Here's Wembanyama. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Wembanyama's got 30 points.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
And it's Ware missing. On offense, here is San Antonio. It's been 8 unanswered for them. Outside Wembanyama. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Wembanyama's got 33.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Jonas, this shot is good.
He's showing a lot of confidence in his ball handling. Going to the crossover to free himself up. Ooh, I love it.
There's the screen by Johnson. Wembanyama down low. That one drops for him. Wembanyama's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Here's Ware. That three's off the mark.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Wembanyama's shot is good. Wembanyama's got 37.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Ware the screen. Powell for 3. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Wembanyama's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. And they tell players your career is short. Maximize your earnings. But sometimes guys take less, Grant.
And, you know, different things go into that. Winning, comfort, and in some cases, you're talking legacy, you know, for those rare players who've been with one team their whole career.
Wembanyama double-teamed. Sohan outside. San Antonio moving the ball around. Shoots from the right block. The shot by Wembanyama, no good. Miami has got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. Here's Larson. And again, no good by Miami. On offense, here is San Antonio. What a stretch they've got going here. 17-2. And the shot's good. Wembanyama's got 41.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Steps back. Pass to Jonas. Here's Jaquez. Jacks up a 3. And again, no good by Miami.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Spurs.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And it's a performance that will signify their 5th win of the year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Victor Wembanyama.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass has been spectacular. You love to see that as a coach.
Floats one up. Rebound by the Heat. Mitchell with the ball. Pass to Jovic. Now Adebayo to win the drought. Basket's good.
Well, defensively, if you're letting Adebayo get rolling, it's time to rethink your approach.
Wembanyama, screen on Mitchell. Outside Wembanyama, fires for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Wembanyama's got 44.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
So we see the Spurs taking the W here. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, This is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.